Hello again. Yes, it's me. So it's the day after my performances, and I've returned home to get back to my normal life. And well, it's back into my normal editing suite. So one element lighting once again, and it's actually positioned directly in front of me, and it's very high, pointing down, trying to create what is called a butterfly lighting effect, where there's a little shadow underneath my nose and slightly underneath my eyelids. Very popular with for swimsuit covers and such. More popular in photography, I guess I should say. Like if you were to pick up the new issue of Sports Illustrated, you'd look at the shadows on that model and you'd see something closely similar to what I'm doing or attempting to do now. Still got to work. Anyway, so yes, back to real life here. And as I was driving home yesterday from North Conway, you know, my 2-hour drive where I have lots of time to think, I for some reason got nostalgic about musical theater shows. I couldn't even begin to describe why. It just hit me. I wanted to listen to some, you know, and I'm listening to Joseph and Jesus Christ Superstar and Baby and geez, what other ones did I listen to on the way home? I don't know, but there was a few. So anyway, I got home, and what I decided was that when I got home, I had to watch Moulin Rouge. Now, this is funny, I guess, in a way, maybe not for everybody out there, but when that movie first came out, I think I bought it, and I had a bunch of people over, and we were at my apartment, we were watching this movie, and I'm sitting there watching this thing and thinking, this is terrible. Just awful. And I just couldn't get past, you know, the movie opens up and it's, you know, the setting right away, it's 1900 or actually 1899 to be more specific, since it was a year earlier that the story really takes place. And you know, they're going through, I mean, the setting is, they're trying to make it look like, you know, Paris, and it's the turn of the century, and all of a sudden, you know, they all this music, these musical numbers come up, and it's all modern music, and I'm thinking, what the hell is going on here? Not hell, but you know, I mean, you could probably assume what I was thinking, and I just couldn't get past it. I could not, you know, accept that style, but watching it, I mean, I remember the first thing that stuck out to me was what they took a Elton John song that I really, really liked, and they made it work in the movie, and I liked it. You know, I remember liking that part, and I remember liking another part where they were up on top of the roof, and they took a whole collection of songs to kind of have a conversation with, and I was really inspired by that. I actually really appreciated it. And afterwards, even after I hated the movie, hated the ending and all that crap, and I would sit there and I'd watch those couple of scenes over and over again. You know, I'd watch when he did Your Song and that up on top of the roof, and then, you know, I started watching more of the musical numbers, the Come What May, and you know, the Roxanne version. Wow, just fantastic. And you know, then the spectacular, whatever it was, I just kept watching it over again, and then all of a sudden I'm developing this appreciation for all the artwork that's in it, and the colors, and then the film technique. You know, just like what they had done, they created this fantasy world that was beautiful, actually. And after a while, I started coming around to the actual story. You know, I started re-examining the story structure and thinking, like, damn it, you know what? I really, really like this movie. It probably took me about 6-7 times watching it, but I finally got it and loved it. And now it's one of those things where every once in a while I feel like I have to watch it, and that's what I did yesterday when I got home. And it was strange. It was strange because, well, actually, I'm going to come back to this because I actually watched some other movies. I started watching musicals like when I got home, but at some point I decided that I wanted to watch The Red Dragon, you know, in the Hannibal series. And I like this movie, but for some reason, and I was just looking for different techniques and story structure and that, you know, camera techniques, I guess, and lighting. And this one thing struck out to me, and I guess this jumps out at me a lot now, is there's a blind woman in this story, you know, that hooks up with the killer, and he brings her to pet a tiger, you know, and I'm looking and I'm thinking like, oh, this is kind of sweet but creepy in the same way. And she reaches out, you know, she's petting the tiger, and I look at her arm, and there's a freaking watch on her left wrist. A freaking watch. A blind person is wearing a watch. I didn't notice it before, but now that kind of thing jumps out at me. And I don't know if anybody wrote online whether or not that's like a continuity error, but I could even tell what time it was, you know? I mean, I think it was like, I don't remember right now, but it was like 20 of 12 or some kind of crazy thing. But for a character that had been blind since 6 years old, when did she ever start wearing a watch? Anyway, so that was what I got out of that movie when I was watching it. You know, be aware of, that's not even a continuity error. That is just a big freaking mistake, okay, when you think about it. And going back to Moulin Rouge, I remember like the very first thing, I don't know what I was feeling yesterday, but the first thing that you read is the guy's typing, and, you know, it's beautifully shot too, you know, this scene. I love the way they did it. But there's a little message in it, and it says, you know, the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return, you know. It's a nice message and all for everybody, and, you know, and I'm thinking about it, and well, that kind of sucks, because maybe I haven't received the greatest thing, you know, yet. You know, what kind of love are they talking about? You know, love you get from a family, love you get from your friends, blah, blah, blah. That's not what the movie was getting at. It was the fact that the romantic love. And, you know, sure, I've had a few girlfriends here and there. But the whole love thing, being loved in return, I don't know. I don't have much to say on it, except it made me think that hopefully there's something wrong in that message. Because, I mean, how could it be wrong? Because it seems so simple, right? But I don't think there's actually anything simple at all about love. And I don't really know why I'm even talking about it right now. But anyway, that's it. That's it for today. I'm done talking. I got to go do things, you know. Get the laundry done, you know, mundane, ordinary things that so I can get life back on the you know, the regular track. But anyway, anybody who stayed and watched this all the way through, I appreciate it. And that one person out there, thanks. See you soon.